It's a bear.
It's a teddy bear.
No one is saying that bear isn't dangerous. What we are saying is that the only thing that bear would do to us is kill us. I'd rather die by a bear than encounter what a random man would.
I would rather die in agony than accept assistance from you.
So I think this is a goofy argument because it is emotionally based. It is essentially taking the fear of man, I think it's called androphobia, and using it as an argument. When someone has a phobia of something, we encourage them to get over it. We don't encourage them to continue to have that phobia of something.
I have a phobia.
And what this argument is basically doing is it's fearing based on what men are capable of, not the reality of who men are in general and what majority of men actually do. Majority of men are peaceful.
I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
This hypothetical is essentially it's all men with extra steps.
I think they added a few more steps.
And then this hypothetical essentially tries to label or use innuendo to imply that all men are essentially rapists and murderers and so on.
You're evil, you know that?
And it's basically creating a culture that encourages the fear and disgust and fear of men based on their capacity, not in reality of what most men do.
What's in me is in you.
Using your guys' logic, I could say you have a 5-year-old and they're gonna be lost in the woods. Are you going to pick the bear for them or random men? Are you going to pick like a 98% of safe men who pose no threat? The probability is 98%. If you pick the man, your child will survive. Or would you pick the bear and allow your child to be stranded and scared and potentially probably get killed by a bear?
I want you to make a choice.
Make a choice.
Then what a lot of people are doing is they're using stats to show why men are dangerous.
Showing him the crime stats?
Which once again is not majority of men. We can also use stats pertaining to women to show that things like tornadoes and crocodiles are a lot safer.
Those are some stats for your ass.
But we don't hate men or women, so I'm not gonna imply that I'm gonna pick a bear over a woman. I'm still gonna pick a woman or a man in that hypothetical. What those stats do not account for is frequency and exposure.
I need full exposure.
For example, we are around humans all the time. We have many encounters with zero violence and assault. But we rarely encounter a bear, so there's already a flaw in those statistics.
That's the flaw in your plan.
Then lastly, I think most people that say that they picked a bear probably would not pick the bear in real life.
Please don't say it's a bear.
Then, some people have already pointed this out, but you should consider that you actually have a chance against a man. If a bear attacks, you're screwed. So I would say this hypothetical basically tries to demonize men based on their capacity, not reality of their behavior.
Prejudice never shows much reason.
And some people say, oh, it's fun, it's a trend. But when you actually inquire into their answers, it kind of exposes their prejudice against men. And you're teaching like young kids to basically fear men. So you're teaching little girls to have a irrational fear of men. It's okay to be cautious, but this hypothetical is going to teach them to have an extreme fear of men. And then you're teaching young boys that they're evil and there's nothing they can do about it. Then people disagree with picking the bear. People then try to shame people like me because I picked the man and I tried to use actual logic instead of emotionalism.